Good evening, respected dignitaries, esteemed faculty members, and all my colleagues. On behalf of SASTRA Research Community, we welcome you all for the inaugural edition of Doctoral Alumni Talk Series. Let us begin this event by seeking the blessings of God. For the invocation, I now invite Ms. Krishnaja from the School of Law.
Trim bhajata akhila hrijetri Maitrim bhajata akhila hrijetri Atmavadeva paranapi pashyata Atmavadeva paranapi pashyata Yuddham tyajata spardham tyajata Yuddham tyajata spardham tyajata tyajata paresha kramamakramanam tyajata paresha kramamakramanam maitrim bhajata akhila hrijetri janani prithvi कामदुःखास्ते जननी पृथ्वी कामदुःखास्ते जनको देवः सकलदयालो जनको देवः सकलदयालो धाम्य ददत्ता धयत्वं जनता धाम्य ददत्ता धयत्वं जनता श्रेयोद्भूयात् सकलजनानां श्रेयोद्भूयात् सकलजनानां श्रेयोद्भूयात् सकलजनानां श्रेयोद्भूयात् सकलजनानां श्रेयोद्भूयात् Sakala Jana.
Thank you, Krishnaja. To extend a warm welcome to everyone and share an overview of today's event, I would like to invite Mrs. Renuka Devi from SAASTRA to deliver the welcome address.
Very good evening to everyone. A warm welcome to our esteemed Professor K. Sridhar, Dean Research, Professor S. Adeline Princey, Associate Dean Research, our esteemed Deans, our distinguished Associate Deans, faculty members, and my dear research scholars of SASTRA. I would like to extend a special welcome to Dr. R.C. Rohit, an accomplished alumnus who has joined us to initiate and share his insights in this doctoral alumni talk. On behalf of SASTRA Research Community, we are proud to announce the launch of 3 exciting initiatives: Sci Exchange, Doctoral Alumni Talk, Biannual Magazine Unfolded. Join us in watching the promo video highlighting these initiatives, along with special wishes from our esteemed professors. This series represents a significant milestone in deepening the connection between our esteemed alumni and the current research community. Our aim is to create a vibrant platform for sharing experiences, insights, and knowledge to inspire and guide the next generation of scholars. Once again, I welcome you all to this inaugural edition of Doctoral Alumni Talk 2024. Thank you.
Thank you, Renuka. I would now like to request the Dean Research to facilitate the presentation of a memento to our esteemed guest, Dr. R.C. Rohit. It is my great pleasure to introduce and welcome Dr. C. Rohit, a distinguished researcher and a proud native of Tanjavur, currently serving as a postdoctoral research associate at Jackson State University, USA. Dr. Rohit earned his Bachelor of Science in Physics from Bharat College of Science and Management, Tanjavur, followed by Master of Science in Nanoscience and Technology from Bharatiyar University, Coimbatore in 2018. He completed his Doctor of Philosophy in Physics from SASTRA Deemed to be University, Tanjavur in 2022 under the guidance of Dr. Ajay Dattu Jagrale, Associate Professor in SAASTRA. His groundbreaking work on transition metal hydroxide-based nanostructures for hybrid supercapacitors earned him the prestigious Founder Chancellor Award for the best Ph.D. dissertation in the science. Dr. Rohit's expertise spans material science and nanotechnology, particularly in electrochemistry, energy storage materials, and hybrid electrochemical energy devices. He has an exceptional track record, including a patent for the novel green synthesis of nickel oxide nanosheets for supercapacitor applications. Today, we are fortunate to have him to share here his insights on the postdoc journey, how to apply, and what to watch for. We are privileged to have you here with us, sir. And we extend a warm welcome and kindly request you to share your insights with us.
To all, it's my pleasure to give my lecture on where I start my research career. So I just want to share how I start to apply for postdoc, how I started searching, and how I got it. So before I get postdoc in US, I was working 6 months as a research associate in one of the premier institute in India as in a DRDO funded project. So I will explain what's the problem I faced there. So it took almost 6 months to find a suitable postdoc position from my side. And I continuously started applying. At the end of 4 months, I got 5 positions in the hand. From that, out of 5, I selected the best one and I joined in USA as a postdoc. So thing is, currently, if you want, after COVID, which as everyone knows, the situation changes. If you want to join as a postdoc in abroad, the first thing you should need is doctoral degree certificate in hand. 99% of the positions definitely require the degree certificate in your hand before joining. So suppose if you submitted the thesis and in that, you will have around 6 months to 1 year time period to get the degree certificate and join next position. In that time, I will recommend to get the exposure from the any premier institute like IIT or NIT and their culture and their research expertise before moving to abroad. So it will also, you will gain the experience and you will get some publications also before moving to. So it is important to have good cover letter and CV for applying the postdoc position. So before start applying, you can prepare the cover letter and good CV. In the case of cover letter, there should be 3 sections. The first few lines, it should explain about who you are and what you are currently doing and why you need this postdoc position. In the second one, we can write 10 to 15 lines about your research experience from your master's and your PhD and what kind of research expertise you are having and what skills, what kind of techniques you will know and what kind of instruments you can handle. Everything you can explain in the second section. As a third section, final one, it is very important. You have to explain why you are applying to the particular lab and what you are interested in learning from that lab. And you have to write your future aim also. So with this, you have to finish the cover letter. It should not be more than 1 to 2 pages. Some positions, they will give the exact requirements like 1 page or 2 page. It is fine. But you should have the general one. If you are applying, you are personally applying, approaching any professor, it is better to have 1 page cover letter. Next one is CV. So at the top of the CV, it's better to have something like this with your photograph and your contact details and the address. So if you see the most of the advertisement, they will give the CV with your recent photograph or something. So it's better to have photograph in your CV for the appealing approach. So in next, the key points in the CV should be, it should be start with the academic details from UG to PhD. As you are completed the PhD, you no need to mention about the schooling details. You can start from UG to PhD. Then your research interest, it should be like one or 2 words, like which field you are interested in working and which skills you are very much interested. Like that, you can give in research interest. In third one, research and work experiences. So wherever you are work, whatever you have done a work and what even from master's project, everything, whatever the research experiences you are having, you can give the summarizes as a bulletin points. Next one, skills. What kind of skills you are having, like material synthesis, characterization, anything for coding, anything you can give it in the skills. There is no any constraint on number of words or anything. What the CV can be from 4 to 5 pages long. There is no problem. So you can give the detailed skills. In the case of if you are used any instruments, you can give the what are the instruments you are handling, everything. Then publications, and in the publications you can divide the sections into journal publication as well as conference publications, everything. Then awards and achievements from best poster presentation or anything, you can give it as awards and achievements. Then what are the conference and workshop you are added? At last, the references. It's but good to give 3 references in your CV. So wherever you are applying for the position, they will ask for the separate list of references. So if you give it along with the CV, you no need to add separately anything. It will reduce your time for applying. Next one is way to approach the positions. So there are 3 ways to apply for the postdoc position. It's important to do all the 3 simultaneously. When I was applying, I will spend the full from morning to afternoon around 3 to 4 hours daily continuously to apply for the positions. So it's important to spend lots of time on applying the positions, and we have to prepare the cover letter, CV as per the call, and we have to apply. So first one is applying to open calls. Open calls mean there may be advertisement for postdoc or any fellowship which is open, and you can do this. In the case of applying to open calls, you can find the open calls advertisement from LinkedIn, social medias like Twitter, Facebook. There also you can find the vacancies and institute websites. Suppose if you are very much enthusiastic to working on any particular institute, you can keep on checking their careers page and you can find the open positions or fellowships. To find the fellowship, there are 2 different kind of fellowships where can be seen. One is institute postdoc fellowship. Most of the European universities having their own institute postdoc fellowships, and government calls, everyone knows, like Marie Curie fellowship, Banter fellowship. These things also you can approach, but they are a little bit time consuming, and once you applied, it will take 6 months to get your results. So as per that, you can plan it and do. And final one is approaching PIs. Many PIs, they will not advertise their positions because due to their group size and their excellence in work, they will continuously getting the applications and they will fill whenever it's required. So it is important to approach the professors who are very close to your work, and they will reply you if they have any vacant positions. And even some professors from European countries, if you approach them, even if they don't have funding, they will give the they will give the opportunity for you to apply for the fellowships. They will act as a host and you can apply the fellowship through them. This is the kind LinkedIn page where you can, if you go to jobs, you can give the postdoctoral fellow or anything in the whichever city or country you can give it. And one more thing is, you instead of searching only as a postdoctoral fellowship, you can put your skills there. For example, if you are a biologist, you can put cell culture or anything in the skill or title or skill company and whichever country you want, and you can search it and you will get the relevant jobs. Because in sometimes postdoc fellowship, they will not be directly called as postdoc fellowship. It will be called as research fellow or research scientist. And if you take European countries, most of the headings will be in their language, like German or French or Spanish. So in that case, if you give it by type it by using the skill, you can find the relevant informations. The next one is, in just the home page, there is a search tool where you can put hashtag and your skills. If you put hashtag and skills or hashtag postdoc positions, you can get the post which is related to your field postdoc positions. So many professors, they will just put a post on the LinkedIn for the postdoc positions. So you can search it in this way also. So these are some different kinds of fellowships available as per the countries. So from USA, Canada, UK, and European countries. So for all the countries, there are lots of fellowships are there. So I just give some examples for 3 to 4. So I will recommend you, while you are at the finishing stage of your PhD, you can develop one good proposal and you can keep it with you. Even for some professors, when you are approaching, they will ask what are the research ideas you are having, whether you have any particular proposal or anything. For that also, it will be useful. And if you plan to apply for these positions, it will also useful. So I will recommend you to prepare some proposal or ideas when you are at the finishing stage of PhD to proceed. So final one is approaching PIs. So you can just type in Google like cell biology research labs, electrochemistry research labs like this with country name. You can get the research lab websites. In the research lab websites, you can get all the details, whatever you want. From that, you can, if the research direction is suitable to you, you can directly contact the PI. And next one, you can go to the institute. All the professors will not have the separate lab websites. In that case, you can go to institute websites and you can go to the corresponding department and the faculty list. You can see the research interest and publications. If it matches you, you can approach them also. It will time consuming, but it's a good opportunity to find the professor in your in the good institutes wherever you like to do your PhD. Next one is Google Scholar. You can just simply type your skills and recent publications you can see, and you can simply contact the corresponding authors. So this is the good way to find all the professors who are not even in the lab websites. And final one is Science Direct. If you go to Science Direct, you can see the advanced search option. In that, it will open like this. And you can give the keywords of your field. And you can give the author affiliation, whichever country you want, you can give. And you will find all the research articles from the particular country, and you can contact the corresponding authors. So if you go to search also, there will be some options like sort by reference or sort by date something. If you give sort by date, you will get the recent publications, and professors who are recently working on your field, you can find it and you can approach them. Next one is, okay, we are applying. What are the things need to take care while selecting the lab? First one is facilities. Whether that lab supports all the facilities which for your work or not. It's not like that all the labs in the abroad are well equipped and having good facilities. So it is important to cross-check whether you have good facilities in that lab for your research or not. Next one is, if you are joining that lab, whether you can learn something new and it should be progressive from your PhD work or not. Next one is ethics, whether they are following the research ethics or not. Because this is from my personal experience from one of the premier institute in India. I joined as a research associate. I worked there for 6 months. But as days progressing, there is a huge pressure. And after some stage, I heard from the PI that you should give monthly one paper, otherwise I will stop your salary. Whenever I go to meet her, I will show the data. She will tell, okay, write the paper. I will ask, what about the reproducibility? She told, don't care, write the paper and publish it somewhere. So I just quit from there in 6 months. I didn't publish anything from there. I just ran away. So next thing is, what happens if we do that? If we publish some paper and if it get retraced, it will show strike mark in our Google Scholar. It's a kind of black mark. If anyone sees it will be very visible to our profile. So, and one more thing, I think everyone will hear recently one from biology professor. He is a Nobel Prize winner. One of his publication is retraced from the journal. So it's kind of black mark. So you should take care of the ethics of the lab also. And one more thing, I'm not putting it here. And one more thing, if you are going to one new country, you should know the taxation of that country, because some countries, the salary will looks good, but 30 to 40% of your salary will go for tax. So only remaining, even with the remaining money, it will be difficult for you to survive also. So you should always take care of these things before entering the lab. So what you can do, suppose if you are getting the interview call from one professor or one university, you can search in the Google for that institute and you can find the people who are working there. You can find some Indian people there and you can just chat with them about the institute and whether it's okay around there, everything is okay like that. Because I used to do it and I got escape also from some universities. Because I don't know whether I can tell that name or not, but I got from one good country. It's while seeing the country name, it looks very attractive and salary is after calculating the rent and these things, monthly I can save 20 to 30,000 for Indian rupees. So we have to take care of these things also before applying for any position. Next one, interviews. How the interview will be. As per my experience so far, in all the interviews, they are checking whether we are really understand the science or techniques in the PhD work or not. So they will not ask anything out from the PhD work. Mostly all the interviews will be based on PhD work only. So you can prepare the good slides just to summarize your PhD work and the basic concepts behind that. And it's kind of marketing that you know what are the things you know and what are the science and in which field you are expertise. So it's a kind of marketing. So you have to prepare the slides in that way to marketing yourself into the universities. And another thing, in some universities, they will give the templates or they will give your presentation within 5 slides. And these 5 slides should be based on the first your expertise and your future plans, like that they will give. So you have to prepare that only 5 slides. So actually one interview I attended, I give only 5 slides. They told you are the first one, you exactly follow the mail what we sent. You are the first one is to finish your presentation exactly in 5 slides. So they are happy with that. So like that, we have to make them happy. And if they know we are obeying their words, they will also be happy and have good impression. So it's important to exactly follow what they are telling. And one more thing, the interviews, while doing the interviews, they will ask, do you have any other questions or not? First thing, you should not talk about money. So you should not directly ask how much salary I will get, whether will I get increment or not. No, you should ask when I will know the interview results. And if I come there, is it possible to work for another 2 years? Like that, you should express your interest in words in the questions, so they will feel happy. If you talk about money, they will think you are only going there for money, so they will just reject it. So these are the things just I follow to get this. At the end of 4 months, I got 5 positions. So from that 5 positions, I feel this one is better. I just chose it and went. And for each country, as I told, there are different fellowships. So in that fellowships, you can, mostly the fellowships will open in the middle of the year. So if you are planning to apply it, you can approach some professor as a host and you can apply for it. And it will take result, for result, it will take 6 to 7 months. You can work in somewhere and waiting for the result. When getting the result, you can go, you can decide whether to go or not. So these are the basic things I followed. I just shared with you. Questions from China, 1 position from South Korea, 1 position from South Africa, 1 is from US.
Floor is open for questions.
Good evening to all. I am
Good
Raghunathan from SAAA. You have given a lot of information to us. First, I would like to thank you.
Thank you.
All of on behalf of all the scholars. And the second thing is, do you have any age restriction for this postdoc positions? You didn't mention. That's my questions. Thank you.
For China, you should be 35 years and below. They will not accept that above 35. European countries, mostly they are accepting up to 40 years. US also, there are people are working up to 40 years. But if you have any gap after your PhD, they will not.
So, I'll ask a fairly simple question. So this question might deviate from the current topic you are discussing. So after getting these opportunities and all, so how can we adapt to that research community? Because each research group is different. So their workflow is different. So it will be easier for us if we join this kind of postdoc positions under our collaborators. So the thing is, you joined under a supervisor whom you didn't know before.
Yeah.
So what are all the obstacles you faced?
Okay. Actually, when I was doing PhD, I was the only student for my PI. So 3 years I was working alone. When I went for postdoc, there is already another 2 postdocs and 5 PhD students are there. So initially it was little bit difficult, but first few days you have to spend some time to understand what's going on in our lab and how is our PI and what he's expecting. So if you just observe these things and start working slowly, you will automatically adapt to it. It will take three months, but after 3 months you will used to it. Everything is not short period. It mostly for me, if I take for me, my initial appointment is for 10 months only. So my first tenure is finished on May month 2024. Then I got my extension up to December 2025. So that is the thing. Like if they like your work, they will extend it. They will find some way to find the salary for you. So that is not a problem. So you can take the 3 months. It is it's not a problem because you are already expertise in some field. So once you are adapted to that, in another 5 to 6 months, you will bring one publication. So it's not a deal.
Hi, bro.
Hi.
Actually, if you join to any other countries, there Tamil people are sorry, not Tamil people. Indians are not working. How can we believe that the PAs are good at work? How can we barely go to them?
Okay, if you go to for example, if you go to USA, European countries, definitely you will find at least one Tamil guy in that institute. You can just talk to him. Even if he's not in the same lab, he will know someone from that lab working there. So you will get something. Apart from that, if you see the publication record, you can see how many number of publications from that lab. So for example, if there are 5 students in the lab, 10 publications per year is acceptable. Suppose if you find 20 publications, 30 publications per year, then something is there. You have to think how they are publishing. We can go through the papers, whether they are good or not. Okay. So in that way, you can find, because you can either find the details from Google Scholar or some other medium. So it's not a deal.
Okay. So if we are going to submit our thesis on April or May,
okay.
What is the best period to apply for a postdoc positions?
Yeah, in our institute, we will have the convocation in August or September.
Yeah, that's
so you keep in mind, you can start applying immediately, and you can see what is the date of joining they are proposed to you. You can tell them I will get my degree certificate in this month. Within this month, I will come like that. You can keep on applying. It is not. We cannot guarantee that you will get immediately. It will take some time. Even if you approach, because I used to get interview call after 3 months of applying also. Okay. So it will take some time. If your reason is genuine, they will wait for you to join.
Okay. Is there any prestigious institution barrier for going to abroad? If you are working in IITs or NITs, is there any barrier?
No. If you go to abroad, for there all are Indian institutions. They will see whether really you know the subject or not. They will check your expertise through the presentations, and they will check. That's it.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Sir, after completing this postdoc, how are you planning to take forward your career?
Sorry?
After completing these positions, postdoc positions, what is your plan to take forward your career?
Okay. As we can do up to 2 to 3 postdocs. Currently, I applied for another one postdoc in Ireland government postdoctoral fellowship. That result will be out in April. Let's see if I get it. I will do another 2 postdocs. After that, I am planning to settle down in India as a assistant professor with my own research group.
Nice. Thank you.
You joined SASTRA, which year?
2018.
Okay, so you know your entry level.
Yeah.
And how SASTRA shaped you.
Okay.
Because now you are our chief guest.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So can you tell about that? So definitely it would motivate these young aspiring researchers, right?
Okay. 2018, when I was joined here, I was new to this field completely. And my that is very, my professor also knew at that time, we don't have any facilities in our lab. So when I joined, the first day, my professor told me that we have this much of funding and you are expertise in preparing nanomaterials and characterization. You just, with this funding, you can buy anything, whatever you want. You can do the process and do it. You can communicate the people, whatever you want. So from that day, I gained experience in purchasing and handling the project funds and everything. So after that, he give lots of time to learn the things. So for example, for writing my first paper, it took almost 3 months. Almost 10 times we just send between us to get correction. So he give lots of time. From second paper, I used to complete it in 2 weeks. So the time he give it to learning is shaped me very well. And I'm thanks for that. So then whatever I'm doing, just we will try to, he will just give only the idea only. He will also get the work idea also from me. So I used to search papers. I will propose him an idea. He will tell whether, okay, do it or don't do it, or do like this. Only this thing he will tell, and he will give lots of time to achieve it also. So I will keep on working on it, and I will just do changes by myself, and I will achieve it, whatever I plan to achieve. So this is, in this way, I just do it. And main thing I did is this coursework and company, everything I have a target. I have a target to finish it in 1 year. So when I joined on September, it's almost time to second CAA. When I join next week is second CAA. So I just completed all the 4 coursework without internal marks. And so I completed it, and company also first attempt. I have 7 panel members in my company, and I cleared it also. So after that, during COVID time, we have some data with us, and we had some characterization with us. We don't know what to do, so we just start writing it, the 2 papers. And before finishing the lockdown, I published 2 papers in home itself. So after coming here, I started writing thesis. I have DC, and last chapter also I started working, and I write it submitted. Then I submitted that last paper to the journal also. Then I left here. Then I go to IIT Hyderabad. So that's it. So when I was in SASTRA, I had the opportunity to learn myself to how to manage the funds and how to use the instruments. Whenever SEM, TEM, whenever I want to, when I joined, it was working that time. So whenever I want to use it, I will always go and sit with them. I used to take, do this, I want like this. So I will spend some time with them. So these are the things I just learned while doing the.
Hello.
Yes.
I'm audible. Yeah. Actually, what I'm asking is, once you completed PhD, right? So you got called from USA. So you chose, right? So is there any entrance exam like TOEFL, GRE? Have you cleared it or?
No, for postdoc they don't need it.
Oh,
only
okay,
for
okay.
up to PhD only.
Okay. Because I did my master's in UK, so I have to write IELTS exam. So that's what I'm asking.
Yeah, from bachelor's, master's, for doing PhD,
Okay.
you have to write it. From postdoc, it's kind of job, so you no need to write.
Okay.
Okay, this is another one important thing is, if you are interested to work in the industries or any other companies, you cannot do more than 2 years postdoc. So if you do more than 2 years postdoc, industries will not prefer you. You can only go for academic work. But if you are really interested in academic work, you can do 2 to 3 postdocs for 5 to 6 years. That's no problem. It's not only about position or money. We can get some good exposure of other countries also, their work style, these things, because everyone knows compared to our country, their work style is little bit stress-free, and they are a little bit lethargic. So there's flexible work timing, and these things we can experience something from there, and we can settle down here. It's a just kind of new exposure to different culture, different working balance, everything.
Particular institute, or like if I'm applying to a PI or something and they offer me, so is it like I have to mandatory complete 1 year or 2 years with them, or I can quit if I get a better opportunity?
There is no any written rule, but generally, for others' opinion, if you completed 1 year, it's considered as a successful postdoc. Yes, sir. Now all the universities are expecting the postdoc for assistant professor position. So it's mandatory. It's not, there is no any rules, but everyone is expecting.
That was a great talk, sir. So I would like to know what we will actually do in postdoc, whether we will be doing a project or we should give them a proposal and work. Like what like you told, a 1 year postdoc is a successful one. So if we are doing with a project,
is it possible to complete that project within that 1 year?
There are two types. For currently, what I am working is they have recruited me in the particular project, and I am working on it. So I had to fulfill the needs of that project. Project is completely written by my PI. So this is one thing. And another one thing, some professors will have get funding from institute or this thing. They will hire the postdoc, and they will ask you to work on the research goals, which is similar to the lab research goals. So this is another one case. The third case, if you are applying with your own proposal, and if you got the funding, you have to work to complete the specific aims of that project.
So in our PhD, we have certain milestones we have to complete, like DC, like open school. Is there any procedures like milestones in postdoc?
No, it's just a kind of work only. If you get good publications, it will be good for your career. That's it.
Thank you, sir.
I have a question. Then publication, is it not compulsory in postdoc?
Actually, it's not compulsory, but without publication, most 99% of professors will not leave you from the lab. It depends on your field and your PI.
I just have one more question. So what is the probability of switching from academia to an industry? Like, I don't want to stay in academia throughout my life. So I'll do postdoc for 1 year, but I want to stay in abroad. So what is the probability? Like, is there a probability to switch to industry?
It depends on country again. It's at this stage, USA, the job market is very poor. None of the companies are ready to sponsor you for H1B or green card. If you have green card or H1B, you can get the good job in industry. And another thing, recently I heard from my colleague that for researchers, if you have good publications and good citations, it's easy to get the green card using the Weaver program. But you have to spend around $7,000 to $8,000, which is close to 7 to 8 lakhs Indian rupees. If you are ready to pay, you can get the green card and you can get the job easily.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What drives you to do all these things?
Interest. Actually, even joining the PhD is also the one based on my interest only. After I completed MSc in Nanoscience and Technology, I searched for jobs which is related to my field, but I got only job in telecalling and IT jobs. I'm not interested in that. Then I decided what to do to stay in the same science field. Then I thought JRF with PhD with JRF is one of the option. Then I searched for it. Then I came for PhD.
Okay.
Yeah. So thank you, Dr. Rohit, for sharing your experience with us. And thank you for all the scholars for making this session more interactive one. And okay, I think your insights and thoughts would encourage all of us here to pursue the postdoctoral fellowship with confidence. So thank you. I now request Ms. Shivashankari from the SASTRA department to deliver the vote of thanks.
To all, the best and most beautiful things in the world cannot be seen or even touched. They must be felt with the heart. A heartfelt thank you is one such beautiful expression, and it is both an honor and privilege for me to deliver this vote of thanks on this memorable occasion. First and foremost, we extend our deepest gratitude to the Almighty for blessings for the success of today's event. I would like to begin by expressing sincere thanks to the management of SASTRA University for their unwavering support. A heartfelt gratitude goes to our Chancellor, Vice Chancellor, Dean Planning and Development, Registrar, Dean Sponsored Research, Dean Research, as well as all the Deans, Associate Deans, and faculty members of our university. Your guidance and encouragement have been integral to the success of this event. I also extend my sincere gratitude to the initiative team coordinator, Dr. Arlene Princey ma'am, Associate Dean Research, for her relentless dedication and for nurturing the minds behind this event. Thank you, ma'am. A special word of thanks to our esteemed guest of honor, Dr. Rohit C., postdoctoral research fellow at Jackson State University, USA, who took time out of his demanding schedule to be with us today. We are truly honored by your presence and the valuable insights you shared. Thank you, sir. Special thanks to our Dean Dr. Thenmozhi ma'am, Dean SAAA, and Dr. Muthubalan V, Associate Dean SAAA, for gracing this occasion and their support. Thank you, ma'am, and thank you, sir. Our appreciation also goes to TDC Auditorium in charge, Shri Prabhu, Dr. Leela Vinodhan, and their team for their excellent technical support in venue management and for recording the proceedings, ensuring that the event is well documented and available for the future reference. A very special mention and heartfelt thanks to the crew behind the promotional video. Mr. Sunil Kumar, Research Scholar from the School of Chemical and Biotechnology, Mr. P.R. Deena Dayalan and Mr. P.V. Akniraj, Research Scholars from the School of Computing. Your creativity and efforts played a vital role in showcasing our event. A big thank you to my fellow scholars and friends whose unwavering support, cooperation, and tireless efforts have been instrumental in making this event a grand success. To our virtual audience, we are deeply grateful for your participation and for joining us from afar. Lastly, a special acknowledgement to the initiative team members whose hard work and behind-the-scene efforts ensured the smooth execution of today's program. Your commitment is truly appreciated, and we couldn't have done it without you. Once again, a heartfelt thank you to each and every one of you for contributing to the success of this event. Thank you.
Refreshments are available outside the RD, so everyone please can have it. And I once again thank everyone for their presence and making this event wonderful. And we expect the same support for all our future initiatives. Thank you.